here really quick, just letting you all know. 526 yards is the most against an FBS opponent this year. 267 on the ground, 259 through the air. First time in quite some time, 250 in both facets. So, with that, Coach will open up with a statement, and then we'll get to questions.
Obviously, really proud of the players today. All glory to God. These guys battled. They trusted in the process. They worked their tails off. Really proud of their willingness to continue to repair, willingness to grind, willingness to come out today in a tough environment and execute. I challenged them. I told them, I've been wearing this 0-9, banner for a while, and I asked them, hey, we're going to Mississippi for one thing, is to be intentional about going 1-0. And they responded. Obviously, some things we got to get cleaned up, some better positions we can put them in as coaches. I get that. We own that. We will be working toward that. But really proud of the way they fought, battled, and responded today. Really good job executing in clutch situations. Really good job by a lot of guys stepping up. Some of these guys don't get as many opportunities as maybe they deserve, or maybe their work warrants. But when they got opportunities today, they had a chance to make plays and execute.
When you look at some of those guys that whether it's Chapman on the offensive side, or Braden, Tyshawn gets an interception there at the end of the game, how important was it for those guys to come in and see that success too in a game where you had the lead that you could?
Yeah, I think I told the guys earlier in the week, we're getting to that point of the season where we're running out of time. So if you're going to make a play, now is the time to make it. Like we don't have 7, 8, 9 more games down the road. We're running out of time. So if you get an opportunity to catch a ball, you got to catch it. And then you got to go score. If you get an opportunity to make a play on defense, you got to make it. And then you got to get an interception. You got to get the ball out. Whether that's we're past the point of wondering how many opportunities we're going to get. I can tell you right now, we're not getting many more. It is what it is. So we got to start being more intentional about the opportunities we get. And I think they responded to that. And obviously there were some big plays today by some guys who probably haven't had their name called or been in situations, which is good because that builds confidence for us to make this stretch run.
Had several chances early on in the game. You finally capitalize on some of those, from the second quarter on, and come up with 31 points in the second and third quarters. Just how important, on the offense, once you had some missed opportunities to be able to capitalize on those once you got back down there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the response is always what we talk about. How do you respond? Whether you go down on the first play and score, whether you go down the first drive and get stopped, but how do you respond? I thought they responded well. We've got to do a better job of starting fast and taking advantage of those opportunities, because obviously when you play, down this stretch, some teams are going to take advantage of that. So we can't give other team opportunities. They get enough of their own. So we've got to be able to maximize the drives we have, take advantage to get a lead when you can, to put pressure on the other team, and then respond, whether that's getting the lead or having to battle back. So I love the way the players are responding. We got to finish a little bit better. Obviously, when you start getting some younger guys in there, it's a great opportunity for them to learn. But the expectation doesn't change. We got to hold on to the ball. We got to sustain blocks. We got to tackle. So it's good to be able to teach off of. But really proud of the way they executed today. Really proud of the way they responded. If you'd have heard the energy and the leadership in the locker room, it's really good. And this was the toughest game we played all year. And I say that because obviously you look at the record. Some people use the word trap game. Some people use the word let down. But then you watch the film and you're like, I don't know. So we really challenged our guys. We want to be the type of team we want to be. We got to be able to go out every week and play to our standard. And I thought we did that today, or at least had the intent to do that today. Still some things we can clean up.
Two guys on the defensive side of the ball that really caused a lot of disruption there in the first half. Ian, Mike really went out there and kind of showed what they were made of.
Yeah, to me, when you're in these type of games, your best players should look like your best players. And we've been challenging those guys, all year. I mean, if you're the best DN in the country, Mike, you should look like the best DN in the country. He probably showed flashes of that today. Now, sometimes they double team him and all that, but if Michael Jordan plays in the game, you know who he is. I don't care if they double team him, triple team him. If some back end guys are the best players in the country, and that's what they all think, then you should look like it. Now, we got to continue to put them in really good position. I think obviously, teams are going to start to look at things, ways to attack us. But I thought they stepped up today. Really good opportunity for guys to make some plays. So hopefully that builds some confidence moving forward.
Kept the foot on the gas in the second half. how intentional was that? Was that just kind of, prove to the guys, hey, we can hold on to a lead and.
Well, we wanted to see the guys play the game. We didn't want to get into a deal where we took the ball out of Braylon's hands or we changed what we did offensively. You start questioning what you should do because some guys started getting nicked up, so you kind of start to question, how smart do we want to be here? And I think that's part of how managing the game goes. Luckily, we were able to get out, pretty healthy from where we started. But you get in those situations, and it's easy to. It's not a video game. You just don't keep throwing bombs. It's great. You got to start to. We've played some limited guys in position, and in order for us to finish this thing, we need those guys. So, but the mentality was we're going to call the offense with whoever is in there, whether it's Stone, whether it's Cole, whether it's a young back, or whatever it is. We're going to call the offense, and I thought the guys stepped up to that challenge.
Try Braden Ward out a receiver. It looked like he ran that route.
No, I think obviously Coach Street's done a great job of just teaching them aiming points, mid points. Ball went in the air, went up and got it. So maybe I'll show all the DBs how to go up and get the ball. We've been on their tail about going up and attacking the ball. But really proud of him, another young man from West Virginia. That's this place means a lot to him. So the more in-state guys that we can get that love this place, the stronger our locker room is, and he's done a really good job.
Now you get a chance to go back home and last home game of the year. Thoughts heading into another week of prep.
Yeah, obviously we'll enjoy this, until the wheels land, and we'll start prepping for the next opponent. But I think the guys deserve the opportunity to enjoy what they did today, and then as coaches, we'll start getting ready for the next week's opponent. And obviously, it's a big game. We understand that. We understand the magnitude and the importance to a lot of people. So really excited about the opportunity to get ready for that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.